Yesterday, I was out with my girlfriend. We went to see a movie, actually, the movie The Accountant. It's a really good movie. I highly recommend watching it. It's pretty good. But when we got to the mall where the theater was at, we were at a light, and we were second at the light turning left, and there was a guy in front of us. I noticed at the opposite corner. So I was facing the light, and across the way, on the corner to the left, the opposite corner to the left. I don't know why I'm jumbling my words here. The opposite corner to the left, there were a group of Trump supporters, which honestly I think is pointless at this point because the election is tomorrow. Well, 2 days from when this happened, and I live in Oregon. This happened in Oregon, and Oregon is going to Hillary no matter what. I mean, you're not going to change people's minds. You're not. So Oregon is going to Hillary. So I think the protest, the Trump rally or whatever was pointless because it's too late for Oregon. But what that doesn't bother me. These people were expressing their political beliefs. There's a guy dressed as Trump who was just holding a Trump Pence sign, and he was just waving. He was just waving it as people went by because this is a popular intersection. And there was also a woman holding a pretty, like an older woman holding a sign that said Hillary for prison. Just, all your typical, like the typical printed Trump signs that you see. No, there were no custom ones. And it was peaceful. There was 8 people there maybe just holding these signs, waving at people, minding their own business kind of, but just expressing their views, expressing their political opinions. The guy sitting in front of me, who was a white guy, probably in his 40s, started honking like crazy. And this was a long light, so this lasted for maybe 3 minutes straight of him just like rapidly honking his horn, and he was sticking his finger out the window, flipping them off, and that's all he was doing because he was pretty far away. So he was just honking and he was flipping them off for literally 3 minutes straight, just doing that. It was really, really annoying. But then other people started joining in. People at other parts of the intersection started honking, flipping them off, yelling pretty nasty expletives at them as well. And it was just horrible seeing this because these people have their own political beliefs. They have their own convictions and they have their own reasons as to why they believe these things, why they are siding with Trump, for example. It's their own political opinion. Yeah, they're expressing it outwardly by having these Trump signs. They're doing it peacefully. They're not yelling at people. They weren't even saying anything. They were literally just standing there waving and holding Trump signs. And I just saw one today, actually. That's what made me remember doing this video. There's just a guy standing there holding a sign and waving, doing things peacefully. And you are yelling at these people and hating on these people simply for expressing their political views. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a Trump supporter. I hate Trump. I think Trump is a terrible candidate, and I would rather see Hillary get elected tomorrow when the elections happen. I'm not a Hillary supporter by any means. I hate Hillary too, but I just hate Trump more. And I know a lot of people disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. Disagreement is what makes this country work. What makes our democracy work is that we have differing political opinions, differing convictions that cause us to believe and support different things. You should never yell at someone for their political belief. Now, if these people were standing at the corner yelling things like, oh, Mexicans go back to Mexico, or all Mexicans are rapists, or let's ban all Muslims, the more hateful things that Trump has said, or were actually like full on saying that, oh, Hillary supporters are stupid or something like that, okay, then we'd have a little bit of a cause for saying things, flipping people off, etc. But the fact that they were literally just standing there peacefully waving and holding their signs, let them be. Do not harass people for their own political beliefs and opinions, because that's just what it is. How you personally feel about one of the candidates, Hillary or Trump, that's how they feel about Hillary or Trump, whichever one you don't feel that way about. I've seen Hillary supporters who literally belittle and berate people for simply being Trump supporters. I see it far less the other way, which is kind of weird. Usually you see both sides just berate each other, but for this election cycle, when people say, oh, I'm a Hillary supporter, I see them get berated a lot less than when people say, oh, I'm a Trump supporter. And I live in a I live in a very liberal state, Oregon, a very liberal state. And I'm surprised by how many Trump supporters I see here, but I mean, you can't harass people. You cannot harass people for simply expressing their opinions. This literally sickened me, and I'm not a Trump supporter. I do not agree with those people standing on the corner. I don't respect their opinion. I respect their right to have that opinion. You get the difference? I'm not going to harass them. I'm not going to yell at them. I'm not going to honk at them. I'm not going to flip them off or anything, because they have the right to believe what they want, and there's nothing inherently wrong about what they believe. They just support one of the candidates. Well, that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, and as always, have a nice day.